Back again.
Video 3. Except for my Steve.
JuwanxTheDon.
Alright, man, you know what's going on, man. Hey, look. That's a nice little intro.
Alright, so once again, bro, I want to appreciate all the fans, all the support, all the subscribers, all the likes, all the comments, all the feedback. You know, anybody that's taking the time out their day to watch us, I gotta appreciate y'all.
Yeah, I like to express my appreciation as well, man. We've been getting a warm welcome from not only the American subscribers, which I appreciate y'all too, but the Australian subscribers, man. I've been joined the Facebook group. Warm welcomes, just like over 100 comments, just talking, oh, welcome, man, and even just already throwing a little jabs, playing around, like, yeah, man, you like Carlton, they sorry as hell, like, so many of those already, so definitely just appreciate y'all.
Alright, so I was gonna say, bro, we should try to do this whole thing in sports anchor voices, bro.
Oh my god.
Hey, bro, whoever lose, whoever give up first, gotta roll the next one. Hello. I wish we had like some music to bring us, like dun dun dun, some shit like that. Hello, I'm JuwanxTheDon, here to bring you the AFL Round 1 recap.
And I am Seven My Steves, and we are, bro, I can't even do this, bro. I'm just gonna take the L. To pop it off, round 1, you know, the first game of round 1, first game of the season. As always, Richmond Tigers versus Carlton Blues, and as expected, I was hoping that it wouldn't be this way, but Richmond won by 25, man, 105-80, and it just looked well informed, man, like Richmond always does. Carlton looked pretty good early, but later on it just kind of fell apart.
Round 1, we had Richmond.
You know your ass can't do it, nigga. You can't even get out 2 sentences, bro.
Alright, bro. Round 1, we had the Richmond Tigers versus the Blues. It was a season opener, like you said. I predicted that the Richmond Tigers were going to win this, and they did. It was 105-80. The point spread was 25 points. Dusty Martin did what he was supposed to do. Dusty Martin came and he played. He was a player that I thought he was going to be coming into this game. One of the best players that's playing the game right now. I was expecting a lot more from Patty Cripps. Didn't really show up, but Walsh did a lot for Carlton.
Sam Walsh.
Yeah, he did a lot.
And just to add on, I like Adam Saad, great player.
Yeah.
I like Adam Saad. I'm high on Walsh. I like Cripps. You know, this is my team, so I came in expecting Patty Cripps to be that boy. You know what I'm saying? But I'm starting to like other players, so that's just where I'm going with my fanhood. I'm still sticking with Carlton, man, but as far as the players go, Walsh is my boy right now inside.
Yeah, I want to say Saad definitely showed me a lot that game too. He definitely looks like one of the most intimidating players that I've seen, bro. Just a big Carlton dude with a beard and running at you full speed, and bro, he was hawking brothers down in that game for sure.
Definitely athletic. Game 2, we move on to the Western Bulldogs and Collingwood Magpies, the Carlton rivals, the Collingwood boys, man. Magpies took the L. It was interesting to see where they were going to be at, because as far as predictions, I seen some people be high on them, some people be low on them. So first game, I didn't really get a good gauge because new fans don't know where Western even stands, but Western looked the part, at least for a new fan. They midfield, they played pretty good. Collingwood didn't really look that good. They finished with 7 goals at the end of the day. So round 1, Western Bulldogs, Adam Treloar took that win over Collingwood, man.
Yeah, for me, the Collingwood and Western game kind of went how I predicted it would go. I had Western above Collingwood on my ladder, so I thought they were the better team already. From Western, Bailey Smith was a player that stood out to me a lot. I don't know what about him. He looked like there's a brother that looked like Joe Dirt, bro.
Joe Dirt. I found another player that looked like Joe Dirt.
Bro, he looked like Joe Dirt, but he was out there putting in work though. Bailey Smith for sure. From the Collingwood side, I was expecting a lot more from Big Mace. I did hype him up a lot in my ladder predictions, and he did not show up that game. I think he did score the most goals for them, but they weren't that impressive.
That's pretty much it for game 2, ain't it? Wrapped up. Domination.
Yeah, Western definitely dominated that game. I feel like the score really doesn't show how much Western really controlled that game.
So what? Game 3 was the Melbourne Fremantle game. This game was okay. I didn't really. To me, in my opinion, it was one of the more boring games of the round. Fremantle, mostly because of Fremantle, they just weren't doing much. Just continually getting blown out for a while. They might crawl back a little bit, but then it just wasn't even anything worth it, man. Pickett is a player who stood out for me from Melbourne, the defensive player. He's a pretty active player. I like him. Fremantle obviously have Fife and all them, but just the underwhelming performance. I really don't even want to talk about nothing like that.
Yeah, I agree. I don't really want to talk about Freo at all. So the score was 80 to 58. It was a 22-point spread. Melbourne did surprise me a lot. I thought they were going to be a bad team, or maybe I was just giving Freo too much respect because I thought they could hold a candle to Western, but I mean not Western. Sorry, West Coast all day, every day. But I thought they could hold a candle to West Coast. But I'm saying that I just gave them too much respect. If I could redo the ladder predictions, I would drop Freo down to like 18 right now. But
chill, bro.
But moving on,
I would say with that game, it was a rise from Melbourne. Melbourne kind of stayed where they're at to me. I was higher on Melbourne as the last video shows, but Fremantle definitely dropped. I think I might have had Fremantle even a little higher than you did.
Yeah,
but they dropped to me, bro.
Next, we have the Adelaide Crows. Both of our number 18 teams against
Wooden Spoon.
Yeah, the Wooden Spoon team against the Geelong Cats, which is I had them in top 4. You had them in top 4?
I had them at 3, I think.
Yes, and the Crows won, bro.
By 12.
Yeah, by 12. It was not what I was expecting. When I went to sleep, so we're Americans, so we watched the replay, so we pretty much already know the score. The game comes on while we're asleep most of the time. So I went to sleep
for now.
Right. We got something for y'all. We got something. I really thought that I was gonna go to sleep, wake up, Geelong Cats won the game.
Body bag.
Right.
I thought it was going to be a body bag.
Didn't even think I would have to look at it, but the Crows pulled it out. And I watched the game, and the Crows won. Mark it around with hold on, I got bro name.
No cap, I was drunk downtown, and I seen it, bro. And I was like, bro, they're not getting smacked right now, bro. And I just thought I was just cross-eyed, but on God, they were getting papped up, man. It was crazy. It's crazy.
So marking around went to Shane McAdam. It was a pretty impressive mark.
It definitely was. Look it up.
Yeah. Also, there was a lot of controversy in that game. Dangerfield is suspended for
3 games.
Yeah.
3 weeks.
He's suspended for 3 weeks off of a bump.
So pretty much, I don't know the player that Dangerfield hit, but he came in and bumped. So pretty much, all right. For my Americans, if you don't know what a bump is, it's pretty much a truck stick, right? So it's pretty much a check or whatever you want to call it. You come in and you decide to go ahead. I'm not going to, play for the ball. I'm going to hit the player or whatever. So Dangerfield is one of the highly heralded players in the AFL, if you don't know. And he hit somebody after the ball was well gone out of his hand. And the player ended up getting knocked out. And so obviously you are going to look into that as a organization. And they looked into it and they decided to suspend him 3 games because he got knocked out, and they're saying it was a careless check, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty.
And I don't. Hey, Australians, hey, forgive me for not using the proper terminology. I'm getting there. But in premise, that's pretty much what happened. And now they're considering changing the rule up a little bit, maybe editing the bump or hopefully not taking it out. But I've seen a lot of talk about people talking about it. As far as the game goes, Adelaide definitely was pretty good. As far as, in my opinion, too. Taylor Walker kicked the first goal of the game, if I'm not mistaken. He's been the leader, and he's pretty good. They were just looking good all game, man. And Geelong was doing a lot of dumb stuff in the beginning. Like, they're so highly heralded, and they're talking about they've been up there for so long, and then all of a sudden you're just not performing how I would expect.
Yeah, I was definitely expecting a lot more from such a veteran team as they seem to be.
They were in the grand final last year, right?
Yep. So.
And then you go from the loss there to getting smacked by the team who had the wooden spoon. It's like, oh, man.
So, moving on to Essendon and the Hawks game. This game was a close game. It was 91-92.
2 thumbs up game.
Yeah, Hawks, got it by a little bit at the end of the game. And it was a roller coaster game. The first quarter, it was like Essendon should have won it. If I just watched the first quarter, Essendon was going to win for sure. But hey, the Hawks, they had a strong defensive game. They brought it back. They stayed consistent. Essendon didn't. I think it was one of the better games to watch this week for sure.
Yeah, I agree. I think with this game, so my main takeaways from this game is I like Hawthorne's defense. Will Day, a player in particular, he's a young player, really good player. I like him. They kids a lot of intercept marks, and they do what they need to do on defense, man. But I will say their offense, a lot of times, it was kind of underwhelming too. Essendon, I feel like they had a lot of more of an attack. They got inside the 50 a lot more, but they just had a lot of wasted possessions. So it probably is kind of disappointing for them, considering that they did have a 40-point lead on Hawthorne and they came back. So Tim O'Brien, I think, was the one who kicked the last goal, and that's a tough loss, man. Victorian matchup too. Oh man. Well, next game was the Brisbane and the Sydney game, and this was another massive upset. Brisbane had Lachie Neale. He's the Brownlow medalist last year, so that's pretty much the player who wins the most respect from the umpires, and you get awarded. I don't know if is it the best player awarded. I mean, considered by the umpires, and so he won it, and he also won the award that's voted by the peers too. The Leigh Matthews, Lee or Leigh, I don't know how to say it, but so he good player, right? But underwhelming performance inside in the finals last year, and then also you get smacked up by 31 by a team who was projected to be towards the bottom 8 for sure, and it was just kind of surprising just to see that result. It just
also somebody that didn't show up that game was Charlie Cameron.
Yeah.
I was definitely expecting a lot more out of Lachie Neale and Charlie Cameron. And
I'm still waiting.
Yeah, I think the younger guys kind of took over that game.
Absolutely.
For Brisbane and the Sydney. But you didn't even talk about Sydney yet. You want to get it?
I'll let you talk about the other young player. I'll talk about one in particular. Errol Golden. They're both players, I think, they didn't even play last year. Like 18 years old. First games. And just out here working together and just destroying the team that was highly heralded. One of the top 4, both of our top 4.
Right.
And Errol Golden, I think, won the Rising Stars nomination. So, like, the youngest player, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's a certain cutoff as far as games played goes, but he did that. And I think the player he's about to talk about was just as deserving as the reward.
Yeah, so Logan Mcdonald, as far as the stat line went, he wasn't as impressive, but watching the game, he's definitely one of the players that stood out for me. And I was really into this game because I was watching it for sure that Brisbane was going to win. And I'll see all these players that I've never even heard of, and I've been doing my research on these games. And the whole squad that Sydney has, most of the players I didn't even hear of before that game, but a lot of these names I will be looking out for going into the future. I think even the commentators, like, they were playing an under-21 game at one point because all the players were just that young. And not to mention, they're missing one of the best players in the AFL right now. Buddy Franklin is supposed to be coming back round 2, so we should be seeing him soon. But they just beat Brisbane Lions without Buddy.
Generational player.
Yeah, and I think once you bring Buddy back, that's just going to add a lot more into their attack power. They're going to be able to, officiate and move the ball a lot more. So,
yeah, and they had 19 goals. So that's might be, if I'm not mistaken, that's the most of the round. Enough said on that game. They pretty much smacked them up. Port Adelaide North Melbourne game. That was the one which I would say is surprising because it went as expected. A lot of stuff didn't go as expected as far as my expectations, but Port Adelaide did the job. Was it 52 points? 52-point game.
So with the Port and then the Kangaroos game, I really wasn't. This is what I was expecting from Port, but I actually gained a little respect for North Melbourne in this game. They did doing a lot of impressive things. Like if I just watch play-by-play, the Kangaroos kind of they seemed impressive, but they just didn't. Finish it at the other side.
Young Falls.
They did a lot, bro. The rules put somebody on their knees, bro. Hit him with the juke, bro. Bro went down like,
bro, he got on his knees and tried to recover real fast, bro. Oh my god,
bro, dude. But chill. That's
That was a smoke town. That junk was over with. Went as expected, which is surprising.
So moving on to the St. Kilda and the Giants game. This game, it was 86 to 78. My bad. Yeah, 8-point spread. It went pretty much how I expected. I knew St. Kilda was a better team. This game also produced the goal of the round by Jack Lonnie, and he curved that thing. It was a nice goal, but it was a decent game.
I thought it was a pretty good game. Toby Green, he plays for GWS. He had a real good mark in the beginning. He plays forward for them. I think he's number 4 if I'm not mistaken. He had I don't know if he scored multiple times, but he had one nice goal that I seen for sure, and he had a nice mark like right at the beginning of the game. I think it was like first couple minutes actually. Toby Green is another one they have. So they have Tom and Toby Green. And Tom Green had a nice little kick, man. Midfield, probably from the right side of the post somewhere. Nice little kick, man. But they couldn't get the job done, man. You had St. Kilda out there doing their thing. Oh, there's something in particular I wanted to talk about St. Kilda, but I forgot. We'll be all right, though.
The final game of round 1, the West Coast Eagles versus the Gold Coast Suns. And I don't know if this is a real thing, but I feel like West Coast and Gold Coast should have beef because we're both coasts. I also feel like we should have beef with Western.
Them boys on the opposite coast.
but besides that, the game actually was better than the stat line the scoreboard shows. The Suns actually kept it pretty close until the fourth quarter. I think we went into the fourth quarter tied. And then that's when we turned up. We shut them down pretty much all fourth quarter, and they couldn't stop us. But all for all, I think it was a bad game for us. I didn't really see the players that I was expecting to see show up. I didn't see Liam Ryan fly, if you will. I didn't see Nick Nat kind of looked slow to me. I just want to see more from my team. Josh, the key forwards look good. I liked what Josh Kennedy, Oscar Allen scored 4 goals, and Jack Darling. I think they did a pretty good job when the ball got in the 50. I feel like we finished it for the most part, but I still don't think we can do a lot better. West Coast Eagles, we can do a lot better.
I also want to add on top of that, the young boy Matt Rowell. I see a lot of people feel bad about Matt Rowell, man. He's a young player, so Americans, to give a little parallel, I would say it's like Derrick Rose, man. Derrick Rose getting hurt his rookie year, or maybe even his sophomore year. He didn't get the MVP. He didn't get any of that success. You just got hurt, but you have all the talent. So Matt Rowell, man, hope he get right. He's been hurt for a while now, and I was looking forward to see him play because just the whole story behind him, and now he gets hurt again. So I'm like, damn, come on, Matt, we got to see you on the field, man. We got to see you out there doing your thing. Why you had to do that? That boy said, damn.
Hey, bro, he was the op at the time, bro.
Oh, man, op at the moment.
Shit, yeah, that's all around one. This video was kind of rushed. We weren't really expecting all the reception that we got, so it was a rush video, but next week is going to be better. Going forward, we're going to be more consistent, more prepared. It's only going up from here.
I agree. Definitely getting a lot of reception. We have a lot of requests. Well, I wouldn't even say a lot, but we have like 4 or 5 video requests. So definitely trying to work that in with the timing of the videos that we have. Like, for example, like we have to watch the replays, so it might take like a day later for us to actually get the content out because you can watch the game live, but like I said, we're working on getting on that live. So once we get the live games, then we'll be able to have videos coming in on time and quicker. So yeah.
Also, Yeah, one more time, just appreciate all the support, all the comments. Most of the time, y'all are talking to him. I'm more of the gamer. If y'all want to talk to me, see me on AFL Evolution 2. I'm going to drop my gamer tag below, bro.
That boy's about to smoke your ass.
I play on Xbox. It's JuwanxTheDon.
They about to smoke your ass. You about to get
bro. Bro, y'all ain't... I'm decent, bro. I'm decent, really. But yeah, for real, y'all play, come see me, bro. Y'all usually talk to him online. Y'all can see me on the game. It's JuwanxTheDon.
Simple my steez. Y'all didn't know what's going on. Hey,
we gone.
Oh, God.